All right, welcome everybody. I'm Susan Heid, and I am here tonight with my good friend Candice, and I'm so excited because she is going to take you on a little ride, and this is going to be a good ride. By the end of tonight, you are going to be like, "Oh wow, I'm so glad I got to this destination," because we are going to cover some oils that you can use that will actually get to the root of your emotions. So I don't know about you, but I surely have needed my oils for all of the emotions the last 2 years. I did before, but mama needs to be pouring it on by the gallons now. So, and I'm so grateful to have that. So if you aren't familiar with Candice, so she is a mom of 5. She's married. She has the cutest little house outside of Louisville. We spent some time, that was in April. Yeah. With her and her family when we were traveling in our Airstream, and I just had a great time, just kind of hanging out with them, and we did some fun things. So that was really special. But she loves talking about oils, and she has a gift with teaching. So I'm going to hand it over to her, and I know you're going to have a great time. So go ahead, and Candice.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted. I look really funny. Do I look funny to you guys? Am I really wide? Okay, good. Maybe it's just on my end. Okay. All right. So it is an honor just to be here and to get to facilitate this class for you all. Mental and emotional health have been like a really hot topic over the last probably 5 to 10 years, but even more so now now I look normal. Okay, sorry. Anyway. Even more so in the last 2 years. This has become even more of a hot topic and a hot button issue for people. So quick disclaimer, I'm not a mental health professional. As Susan said, I'm a mom of 5 kids, ages 4 to 14. I am a wife. My husband and I have been married 17 years this year. And I am a woman living in the year 2022. So I feel you, and I battle my own emotional and mental struggles as well. So I just want to share with you too that the information here isn't meant to replace, if you are working with a therapist, a counselor, a psychiatrist, psychologist, if you're taking medications, this isn't meant to replace any of that, but this is meant to give you hope that there are tools that can help you on that journey, whether you're kind of considering those options, but seeking some other things first, whether you're looking to wean yourself off of some of those options. Oils can be a part of that. And so I'm going to give Susan a little plug. I don't think she gave herself credit here, but if you all don't follow her blog, theconfidentmom.com, I would really encourage you to seek out her blog and to read up on her story, because Susan has a great story of overcoming some emotional obstacles, and oils were a piece of that for her. It was diet, it was exercise, supplementation, and oils. They were a piece of that puzzle. So there's absolutely hope that they can be a piece of your puzzle too. So not all oils are created equally as well. So I want to make that clear too. Tonight, we're talking about Young Living essential oils, and quality and purity matter. If you're wanting a therapeutic effect from something, then you need to use a product that has been grown and cultivated with that in mind. And so with Young Living, I always like to say it doesn't start with the oil, it starts with the soil. Okay, so from the soil that the plants are planted in, the time of day that things are harvested, the way they're distilled, the pressure, the material that the distilleries are made out of, all of those things matter with Young Living essential oils. And so I know one of the stories that came out of the leader retreat this last week was, I think it was Jacob being with his dad, going and checking out some essential oils, and everything looked good on paper. Constituents were good. Everything was looking good. But Gary's nose just said, something is off here. There's a little something. And when he started digging and asking some questions, he found out that they cleaned their distiller with bleach. And that was enough for him to say, nope, we're done. Right. And he walked away and left that batch of oil. No one else would have ever known, but Gary would have known, Young Living would have known, and it wasn't good enough for them. So that is why the quality matters. I mean, I know you guys can get essential oils at Walmart and the Target dollar spot and all those other places, but it's not the same thing. Okay. So there's my plug for Young Living as well. And it's that attention to detail that makes Young Living the most pure, the most potent, and the most effective for all aspects of our health and wellness, not just mental and emotional, but we use these for our physical health as well. So on top of that purity and potency, we have Gary's knowledge poured into these bottles. These very specific blends that we're going to talk about tonight, Gary created with really, really specific purposes in mind. And that's really important too. I also just want to make a quick note that all essential oils have emotional benefit. Okay. Check your reference book. I mean, you can go and look up, even simple things like lemon in your reference book. It's going to say the fragrant influences. So just as an example, coriander. Okay. That's what my book is open to. The fragrant influence is that it's soothing and calming. So check the oils that you already have against your reference book, lifesciencepublishers.com, publishing.com, lifesciencepublishers.com. Get you a reference book if you don't have one, because all essential oils have emotional benefit that you can gain from. But again, we're just talking about some really specific targeted ones tonight. Okay. Okay. The specifics are what will make one or a few of the oils that we talk about tonight your BFF emotional oil. Okay. It's those specifics that are important. So this class was born out of that need for really specific and targeted help. One of my most asked questions, I've been with Young Living for almost 8 years now. And one of the most asked questions I get is, what oil is best for ... right? And most common, the question is, what oil is best for depression, or what oil is best for anxiety? That's probably my top 2 questions. Okay. Friends, that is a big question. Okay. That's a big question. Just like Western and pharmaceutical medicine is not one size fits all or magic, neither are oils. Okay. But they are effective. Okay. And I don't want you to be discouraged, because just like you can, whether it's blood pressure or depression, you can get a prescription for a medication and find out that it's the wrong dose, or it's the wrong brand, or it's the wrong type for your specific situation. And so, really, again, just that need for the really specific and targeted details of what your emotions are is where this class came out of. I am not qualified to answer what oil is best for your depression or your anxiety, but what I can do is lead you and empower you to know the answer to that question for yourself. Okay. There's so much I don't know about your story, about what triggers you, about what, the root of your depression, all of those things, right? But no one knows you better than you. Okay. So before I get into the nitty gritty, let me just geek out for like 2 minutes on the science of how essential oils work with our emotions. Some of you know what a skeptic I was when it came to oils with our physical health and things like that. I was a really big skeptic, but as big of a skeptic as I was about that, I was an even bigger skeptic when it came to the emotional side. That just sounded like super woo-woo and out there to me. And so let me just tell you a little bit about the science. So essential oils help a plant adapt to stress. That's what they do in a plant. Okay. Now for a plant, it's not husbands or kids or politics or laundry. Okay. For a plant, it's the soil, it's pollution, it's weather conditions, it's things like that. But just like the essential oils in a plant can help it adapt to its stress, they can also help us adapt to stress. The molecules of an essential oil are so small that they can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. Okay. Fragrance is the substance of memories. Let me give you an example. There is probably something from your childhood that when you smell it, no matter your age today, it makes you think of that. Maybe you smell cinnamon rolls and you think of grandma's house on Christmas morning. Okay. Likewise, it could be a negative emotion. You might smell some man's cologne and you might think of an unhappy memory. Okay. It can go both ways, but aroma really is memories, right? It's so tied to our memories. Okay. So fragrance is the substance of memories. Aromas inhaled causes the olfactory bulb to send a message to the limbic part of the brain. That is where your memories and emotions are stored. The limbic system is a system of nerves and networks, okay, that control our basic emotions and drives. It's the emotional brain, if you will. It supports 5 major functions, the limbic system does: emotions, behavior, motivation, long-term memory, and sense of smell. So our sense of smell is inherently linked to these things through that limbic system. Essential oils tap into the limbic system and stimulate those memories or those emotions. Okay, so as you inhale, those tiny little molecules enter the nasal cavity, pass the olfactory bulb, and reach your limbic system. Okay, so scent has this tie to our emotions that none of our other 5 senses do. It's a really powerful thing. Okay, so if essential oils and emotions is something that you would also like to nerd out to, I recommend this book by David Stewart. It's Healing Oils of the Bible. Chapter 2 and chapter 6 are especially important on this topic. Even if you're not a believer, this is a great book for exploring oils and emotions. Again, also just your reference book is a great source of information for that. I would also encourage you to Google or DuckDuckGo frequency. Essential oils have frequency. Human beings have frequency. All living things have a frequency. Okay. This afternoon, my kids were all playing and I was kind of preparing for this class and just picking up. And I just hopped on YouTube and I searched for the healing frequency music. And I just had that playing in the background. Frequency matters, and our essential oils have very specific frequencies. Again, thanks to Gary Young's knowledge that are very targeted in with the purpose that he created them with, if that makes sense. Okay, so all right. So how this works, what is the magic way that tonight you will find your emotional oil BFF? Number 1, if you have the PDF handout from the text, or from the link, if you got that, if you have that, don't look, Ethel, okay? Turn it over, put it away, put it somewhere else. If you have not printed that, you can print it after the class. You will want to print it, but no need to have that in front of you right now. As a matter of fact, again, if you have it printed, turn it over, don't look at it. On the back of that PDF or on another piece of paper while I'm chatting right now, if you would just write the numbers 1 through 20 down the left-hand side of your piece of paper, okay? Just 1 through 20 on the left-hand side of your paper, up and down, okay? What I realized is that we have these very, and I'm sorry, I'm sitting on my hands because I talk with my hands a lot. I realize we have these really specific emotional oils, right? And they have very specific names. And sometimes those names target an emotion all their own for us. Okay. So just as an example, when I got my iToby, I was so excited. I was going to iToby the world. I was going to fix the world. And my first, probably 7 of my first 10 scans, I scanned for common sense. Yes, Young Living has an oil called Common Sense, and it was always in my top 3. And I was offended because I didn't need common sense, thank you. But about the 7th time that I scanned for it, I thought, well, maybe I'll look it up in the book. Okay, let me read to you Common Sense, y'all. Common Sense is a proprietary blend of Young Living essential oils formulated by D. Gary Young to increase mental acuity, help promote decision-making abilities, and strengthen everyday thinking skills. Well, suddenly I wasn't so offended and realized I probably really do need that. Again, mom of 5, right? Those are all things that we probably all need every day. So what I wanted to do was find a way to remove kind of the stigma we have with some of the names of these oils and find a way to let you focus on what the oil was really created to do. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say a number. I'm going to talk about an oil. I'll pause after it. You do not need to write down every word I say. As a matter of fact, please don't. You won't be able to, and that's okay. What I do want you to try to do is come up with some little system. Maybe you write a key word or phrase that sticks out to you, or an emotion that you know you deal with that you feel like this might help you target. Or maybe you just have a simple 1 through 10 system, like 1, I really don't think this is me, or 10, this is getting ordered tonight. Okay. So as you listen, just come up with a little system, whether maybe you circle one really big stars, whatever makes sense to you. But I'm going to talk about an oil. I'm not going to say the name. The name doesn't matter. Okay. And then I just want you to make yourself a little note about how much you think it relates to you. I'll do a handful of them and then I'll pause and I'll go back and I'll tell you what those oils were. We'll do another handful. We'll go through like that. Okay. My goal and my prayer is that as I speak these, a few will make a little light bulb go off in your soul. All right. And that God will whisper to you, this will help you. This is what you need. That is my goal. Okay. Is that you would be able to find some things that'll help you on your journey. So take a couple of deep breaths, clear your mind, say a prayer. All right. Number 1, I need help with physical and emotional healing. I need harmonic balance for the energy centers of my body. I need brought into harmony with all things, people, cycles of my life. I'm looking to reduce stress, amplify well-being, and dissipate feelings of discord. I'm looking to be uplifted and elevate my mind. Number 2, I need help to release hurt feelings and negative emotions. I need to release negative memories, allowing me to move past emotional barriers and attain higher awareness, assisting me to forgive and let go. Number 3, as a child, I was abused. I became disconnected with my inner child, my identity. This causes confusion. This fractured my personality and creates problems. I need something to stimulate memory response and help me reconnect with my inner self. Number 4, I need help being in the moment. I know disease develops when we live in the past and live with regret. Being in the present is the key to progressing and moving my life forward. Number 5, I need help to release anger and memory trauma in order to create emotional well-being. I need help to open my subconscious mind through pineal stimulation to release deep-seated trauma. Number 6, I need help to balance energies and instill courage, confidence, and self-esteem. I want to help my body self-correct its balance and overall alignment. All right, I'm going to pause there and I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell you what oils these are, okay? These oils happen to all be in something called the Feelings Kit. And if you are wanting to get your emotional health toolbox started, this is a great place to start. Okay. These 6 oils, they are 5 ml bottles. I also like a bargain. I'm a green for those of you that know me. If you bought these oils separately, it would be about $260. But if you buy them in the kit, I think it's around 180, 185. So it's a really big savings. And again, these are powerhouse oils. So oil number 1 is Harmony. Oil number 2 was Forgiveness. Oil number 3, Inner Child. Oil number 4, Present Time. Oil number 5, Release. And number 6, Valor. 2 of these that I just want to mention, Present Time smells lovely. If you don't have a perfume oil, or if you are still using conventional perfume, stop and order you some Present Time, because I don't think we have any men on here. If we do, I'm sorry. This probably does pertain to you too. But for us ladies, it is really hard to be in the present. If I am sitting on the couch at movie night with my kids, I'm thinking about the dishes that need to be done, right? I'm sitting here with you all and I'm thinking about the baby, like Our brains are always somewhere else, and we all struggle with being in the moment. Present time is beneficial for everyone, and it smells so wonderful. Okay. All right. The other one I want to mention is release. I think release is an oil that everybody needs. When I did this class in person for my local team, that was what they all got. Everyone got a roller bottle of release because really, it's an amazing oil. Just my own personal testimony with it. I am a person that struggles to let things go. I like to hold on to things and then dig them back up and put them back in your face and put them back in my face. And it's really not an attractive thing. But I had one thing in particular that I was really struggling with letting go of. And I actually, to be perfectly honest with you, I was diffusing release at night, excuse me, because it smells like clean sheets. I know none of us use Downy and Snuggle anymore, but don't you sometimes miss that clean sheet smell? Okay. So to me, release smelled like clean sheets. Okay. And so I was diffusing it at night, and probably several months into doing that, I kind of realized the burden of this that I'm carrying is lessening, and I am literally releasing it. So I think release diffused at night can do things that maybe when you're awake, you fight. Yeah. So the other thing is release is a great one to apply over your liver. Our liver is where we store anger. Okay. And so if you have issues with letting go specifically of anger, putting release over your liver can be really effective. Okay. All right. Another deep breath. We'll dive back in and start back with number 7. I need help stimulating my mind, compelling me to open and accept new things, people, or relationships in life, allowing me to reach a higher potential. I also need help to overcome procrastination and denial. Number 8, I need help releasing the unlimited potential I possess. I need to restore feelings of hope, making it possible to more fully experience health, happiness, and vitality. Number 9. I need to renew focus and stimulate my creative, intuitive abilities needed to achieve my goals and dreams. I need help to reawaken internal drive and independence to overcome my fears and emotional blocks. Number 10, I need help to overcome the bombardment of chaotic energy that alters my focus and takes me off my path to higher achievement. I need to bring people together on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. I need to stay grounded, focused, and clear in gathering my potential for self-improvement. Number 11, I need help to elevate, soothe, and bring relief to my body while helping to foster a grateful attitude. Number 12, I need to create a feeling of solidarity and balance. I need help stabilizing and grounding myself in order to cope constructively with reality. When I am hurting emotionally, I resort to avoidance. When this happens, it's easy for me to make poor choices that lead to unhealthy relationships and unwise decisions. I seek to escape because I do not have anchoring or awareness to know how to deal with my emotions. Number 13, I need help to overcome emotional trauma from accidents, death, assault, abuse, etc. These experiences can implant their devastation deep within the hidden recesses of my mind, causing lifelong problems. Being able to release such burdens can bring about a new lease on life with a return to motivation and vitality. I need help to combat stress and uproot trauma that causes insomnia, anger, restlessness, and a weakened immune response. All right, I'll pause there. Oh, okay. Number 7 was acceptance. Number 8 was believe. Number 9, envision. Number 10, gathering. Number 11, gratitude. Number 12, grounding. And number 13, trauma life. Did I disappear? I turned off my own video. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay. Am I back? I don't even know how I did that. Okay. All right. Okay. So these are not part of a kit. They're ones that you can, grab separately. But I think a lot of these are again, ones that we could all say that we probably need. But in particular, I just wanted to share, I think gathering is a really great one. It also smells really nice if you're looking to make the switch to like a natural perfume and get the emotional benefits instead of the emotional detriment. So gathering, if you remember, it says, I need help to overcome the bombardment of chaotic energy that alters my focus and takes me off the path to higher achievement. I need to bring people together on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. I need help staying grounded, focused, and clear in gathering potential for self-improvement. Who doesn't need that? Like when I read that, when I hear that, I think, man, we all need that. But again, just especially right now in the world, that chaotic energy that it talks about, and talking about bringing people together physically, spiritually, emotionally, there's so many things that seek to divide us. And I feel like that is one of those ways to combat it, right? That we can seek to bring people back together. And so gathering is a really, really great oil. Trauma Life is another really powerhouse oil. A lot of people that have, I don't want to say bigger trauma, because our brain recognizes trauma as trauma. Okay. So like my mom, the way my mom used to say it was, everybody's bucket is heavy to them, but that's true. Our brain literally processes trauma as trauma. It doesn't recognize this trauma versus this trauma. Okay. But for people who do struggle with some of the things that we might consider bigger trauma events, Trauma Life was created for that. It was created for those bigger things, and for really helping to, like it talks about, it can cause insomnia, anger, restlessness, a weakened immune response. Our immune system is tied to our emotions. Okay. Really directly. That's another thing you can duck go on your own time if you want to nerd out to that, because truly emotional health and physical health are very linked. Okay. All right. Another deep breath. Clear your mind. We'll hop back in at number 14. All right. I know that repressed trauma and tragedy from my past may be out of sight, but they're definitely not out of my mind. Memories are imprinted in my cells for better or worse. Stored negative emotions need to be replaced with joy, hope, and courage. I need help reaching into the deepest recesses of my memory, empowering and upholding the changes that I want to make in my belief system. I know positive, uplifting beliefs are foundational for the transformation of my behavior. Number 15. I have a loss of vision, goals, and dreams. I need to reconnect with a feeling of strength and grounding, restoring hope for tomorrow. Number 16. I need help to forgive, to heal myself. I know it is an integral ingredient in obtaining forgiveness, and it is needed for a closer relationship with God. Number 17. I need help to find a calm space in my mind and bring me closer to the creative center where my higher intuition operates. I am looking to enhance spirituality, prayer, and inner awareness. Number 18. I need help to leave the past behind in order to progress with vision and excitement. So many times I find myself settling for mediocrity and sacrificing my own potential and success because of fear of the unknown in the future. I want to increase determination and a pioneering spirit and create a strong emotional feeling of being able to reach my potential. Number 19. I need help specifically to enable myself to relax into a mental state to facilitate the release of trauma from sexual abuse and/or ritual abuse. I also need help to unlock other traumatic experiences, such as physical or emotional abuse. All right, last one, number 20. I need help to let go of aggression and a controlling attitude. I know stress and tension are released quickly when we surrender willfulness, but I need help letting go. Okay. All right, let me go back through these. Sorry, I'm hopping in on my phone because I can't hear Susan on this one. Okay. All right. Let me go back through these. Okay, so number 14 is transformation. Another big one. Number 15, hope. Hard to talk about that one without saying the word hope. Number 16, humility. Humility is one that it specifically mentions in our reference material that Gary used the frequency of the blend. So again, if that's something that you geek out to, the frequency of essential oils, the frequency of our emotions, we want them to match, right? We want high frequency things in our life. And so I think that that's really cool. Okay, number 17, inspiration. That one just came back in stock briefly. I don't know if it still is, but that is another awesome oil. Number 18 is into the future. Number 19 is Sarah. That's how I say it. Maybe it's Sarah. Sarah. Okay. And then number 20 is surrender. Ouch, right? Okay. One oil that we didn't talk about is Stress Away. But listen, everybody needs Stress Away. I can just tell you that. Just go ahead and put that on everybody's list. No, but seriously, the Stress Away is just one of those oils that, I mean, we all have moments of stress, and that's a good one. That's what I slathered down in that and the Winter Nights lotion before I popped on. Those are two of my favorites. The Winter Nights lotion is so good if you don't have that. And it's very grounding and calming because it has all those conifer oils and tree oils. So there's our tie-in to make it with the emotions. I hope that you have a little clearer idea of your BFF emotional oil or oils. You know yourself in a way that no one else can. Your PDF lists each oil. So if you have printed that, it lists them in the order that I read them. And it gives you basically the same description that I read, but now you can see the name that goes with it. Okay. So if you do not have that printed, print it off after the class and you can maybe transfer your notes onto that as well. Let's just talk really quickly about how to use your oils. In the PDF printout, it shows you on the last page. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know where I put that page, but it shows you how to use the feelings kit. Oh, here it is. It gives you a little summary of how Gary suggested that you use the feelings kit. Remember, that was the first 6 oils we talked about that you can use in a kit. So you can use those as described there. But really what I want to encourage you to do is just use the oils. Get them in your nose, in your body. Diffusing, again, is super effective because it hits that limbic part of your brain where your emotions are stored. But putting oils on your wrists, behind your ears, the back of your neck, the bottom of your feet, over your liver, really anywhere, just using them is important. And again, just a reminder that every oil has an emotional benefit. So grab your reference book, look up the oils that you already have in your stash and see how they might be able to help you.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
I wasn't going to talk earlier, so no. Okay, that was amazing. So I have heard Candice talk about teaching these classes before and how she has done it different. And how many of you would agree? Like you hear a name of an oil and then you have an attitude towards that where you don't, no, that couldn't be me or whatever. So I love the way that you presented the descriptions, but you did not tell us the names. And then, yeah, so I found it really helpful where I put a number between 1 and 10 when you were talking about it, like, oh, how much does this relate to me? So that was really helpful. So does anybody have any questions before we jump off? But this is going to be a recorded class. I will be uploading it to YouTube. And so you'll be able to share it with people that you think could really benefit from just walking through this process without knowing the name of the oil. Like you could share this with them and not even give them the PDF till afterwards, right? So yeah, you did an awesome job, Candice. That was amazing. So, all right. And I loved that little tip about the feelings kit and grabbing some of those oils in that kit because they are that's one thing I love when Young Living groups oils together in different kits, that you do end up having a reduction in the price from buying them individually. So that is pretty powerful to be able to get. And I had, I think I had 4 of those 6 that were circled in mine. So yeah, but anyway, Inspiration might still be out of stock. It came in briefly, Margie, and then yeah, it might be out of stock right now. So put that one on your on your eye to watch for. And also for those of you guys who are members and on Subscribe to Save, emotional oils are some of my favorite ones to be able to redeem my loyalty rewards points on, because to be quite frank, some of them are definitely a little more expensive than your bottle of lemon or something like that. In fact, Harmony is like my BFF oil. It has been from the beginning, and it is a little bit more expensive than a bottle of orange or something. And so I do like to be able to redeem my loyalty rewards on some of those ones, because then it doesn't feel so ouch, right, on the pocketbook or your budget. So anyway, so keep those tips in mind too. So all right. Thank you so much, Candice. That was great. If we don't have any other questions, I think we are good to go. We're all going to be going to see what we have in our collection and then crafting our little order. So, all right. All right. Great. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a good evening.